As the sun is setting here into these sacred waters of Mother Ganga, here in the lap of the Himalayas, in this birthplace of yoga, as the sun is setting on International Yoga Day, it's rising for you all in California. And it's such a beautiful opportunity to come together in oneness, in unity, in love. That's what yoga is. Yoga means, the Sanskrit word yoga means union, a coming together, a union of this individual, small s self, this self which was born and changes and ultimately will die, a union of this self with the capital S self, the divine self, the higher self, the true self, a union of this incarnation, the physical incarnation with its karmic journey, its karmic drama, a union of that individual incarnation with the Supreme, with the Divine, by whatever name you may use or no name, however you connect to the Divine. Yoga is that connects you in your individual incarnation to the Divine. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Soul, call it consciousness, call it love. To that sacred spirit that runs through all, that connection to the Creator, but then also to all of creation. Because when we're one with the Creator, and all of creation is infused by the Creator, then we are one with all. And yoga is the awareness, the realization of that. And so for us to come together in unity on Yoga Day is such a double blessing. And that's what our world needs. Now that we have an International Yoga Day where we celebrate together, it's not just International Physical Health Day. It's not just International Flexible Hamstrings Day or International I Can Touch My Toes Day. It's International Day of Union, International Day of our awareness that we are one. One with our highest self, one with the Divine, one with each other. One with all. And so as we gather together on this beautiful and sacred day, let us really realize what that oneness looks like. Because when you live in yoga, that is actually what our world needs. We need not only people to have physical health, but we need people to stop living in this myth, this illusion of separation. And if you look at the Ashtanga Yoga, the system of yoga that the sage Patanjali gave us, well, it's 8 limbs. Asana, the physical exercises that we do, are the 3rd limb. But as everyone knows, you can't build anything starting on the 3rd floor. You need a foundation. What's the foundation of yoga? Well, the foundation is what we call yam and niyam. Or in America, I hear people say the yamas and the niyamas. It means how we live in the world. I won't go into all of them now, but the gist is really very simple and really very beautiful. It's not about religion. It's not about culture. It's not about country. It's not about language. It's about a universal dharma, you can say. Non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, non-hoarding, integrity, purity. All of these beautiful virtues that actually, if we implemented them, they would end every single problem that we face today. A lot of people get into yoga because they've got a bad knee, or they've got high blood pressure, or they want to lose weight, or they know that they should be more flexible, or because they want their minds to become calmer and still. But the truth is that yoga actually has within it the ability to heal every single problem our world faces today. From individual depression and anxiety and addiction, to violence, to war, to terrorism, to climate change, to environmental destruction. All of that which we face today could actually be ended. Even long before we get to the 8th limb of Samadhi, that spiritual, ecstatic, experiential awareness of our oneness with God. Even if we never got beyond limb 1 and limb 2, yam and niyam, how to live in the world. If we even just stayed there, if we even stayed in the first 3, non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, imagine what our world would look like if we were non-violent, not only in action, but also in word, and also in indirect action. So if every single thing that we purchased, from the food on our plates, to the clothes that we wear, to the coffee, the chocolate that we eat, to everything that we use in our lives, if we were committed to actually purchasing that, which was fair trade, which was organic, which was not produced by women and children in sweatshops, or produced by farmers on cotton fields that are full of toxic chemicals that then flow into the groundwater, into our rivers, polluting them, that give these farmers cancer and their children birth defects. Imagine what our world would look like if we stopped stealing each other's resources, if we stopped stealing the human rights of our sisters and brothers with whom we share this planet. Imagine if we stopped stealing from Mother Earth, from our indigenous sisters and brothers. Imagine what our world would be like if we lived in truth. Not just the words we speak, but actually the truth of our lives, that if our actions were actually in true alignment with our thoughts, with our values, with our beliefs, if we actually treated ourselves in our own thoughts non-violently, if suddenly all of that negative self-talk, those lies that we tell ourselves, you are stupid, you are too old, you are too ugly, you are too fat, you are worthless, you're not good enough. Imagine if all of that self-violence ended. Imagine what our world would be. So yoga's actually the answer. And on this beautiful day of yoga, we celebrate our oneness, we celebrate our unity, we celebrate that divine connection. Because that connection is the answer to everything that ails us. We've spoken about yam and niyam, but also just that being connected to God, being connected to your higher self, your true self, your divine self is the answer. My favorite story joke is of the man who goes to the doctor and he complains to the doctor. He says, "Doctor, something is very wrong with me. Whatever I touch, it hurts. When I touch my head, it hurts. When I touch my knee, it hurts. When I touch my stomach, it hurts." The doctor's naturally surprised. How can everything hurt? So he runs every test and every scan. And he calls the man back and he says, "Well, the good news is there's nothing wrong with your head or your back or your stomach. The bad news is your finger is broken. And because your finger is broken, naturally whatever you touch, it hurts. But that's not because the problem is outside. That's because the problem is in the broken finger." And the same thing is true in our lives. Our lives hurt. So many of us are moving through the world in depression, in anxiety, in suffering. But we blame everything around us, whether it's our employers, our employees, our in-laws, the stock market, inflation, interest rates, the traffic, our stars, the weather. We blame all of these things outside, when actually the root cause of that suffering is an internal broken connection. Like the guy's bone connection in his finger was broken. So naturally, whatever he touched, it hurt. In the same way, when we move through the world with that internal connection that is broken, our lives hurt. So on this beautiful International Yoga Day, coming to you from the Himalayas, the birthplace of yoga, let us take the teachings of our sages, of our saints, of our rishis, of the yogis who have lived here for thousands of years, and really focus not only on the union of our nose to our knees or the union of our fingers to our toes, but ultimately the union of ourself to ourself. The union of this individual, temporary, karmic incarnation to the ultimate, the supreme, the all-pervading spirit, divinity, love. Allow yourself to get connected, because when you are connected, then you bring that connection to the world. Then you start to really live with that non-violence and truth and non-stealing. You live as a yogi. In the Bhagavad Gita, I won't go into all of the details here, but it's very beautiful, because in the Bhagavad Gita, there's a whole beautiful section where Bhagwan Krishna shares, what does a yogi look like? When a yogi is moving through the world, what does it look like? Arjun, who's the one who represents all of us, is asking Krishna, what does a yogi look like? And Bhagwan Krishna gives these beautiful teachings in which he shares that that yogi, that wise one, is one who is in balance, living in equanimity, in pleasure and pain, in success and failure, in gain and in loss. That yogi is not blown around by the waves of life. That yogi is one who is kind to all, loving to all, who shares with all, who serves all, who sees in all himself or herself, who doesn't see separation, but who sees oneness. That yogi is one who's compassionate, who's generous, who sees in everyone, not only human beings, but all living beings, the animals, the plants, who sees in all the divine. What a beautiful teaching. It's not, oh, the yogi is one who can chant all of these mantras, or the yogi is one who can stand in Shirshasana for half an hour, or the yogi is one who can become a pretzel. It doesn't say anything about physical flexibility. All of the definitions of a yogi are definitions of one who moves through the world in love, in truth, in compassion, in awareness, in generosity, in open-heartedness, open-handedness, sharing, giving, non-discriminating. What a beautiful way to live. So on this beautiful International Yoga Day, let us all commit to not only an asana practice, not only a pranayama practice, but actually a practice of living yoga. Every minute, every moment, how we speak, how we eat, how we dress, how we shop, how we see each other, how we move through the world. Then we'll actually be able to bring yoga, to bring unity back to the world. I mean, it already exists. It is our truth. But we've forgotten it. We've gone astray. We're living in this illusion of separation. Let us all be part, each of us, individually and collectively, as beautiful threads woven together of the tapestry of our collective existence here on Mother Earth. Let us commit to a real life of yoga. You'll see the magic in your own mind, in your own heart, in your life, and in what we can share and spread with the world. So together, let us meditate for a few moments here at sunset on the banks of Mother Ganga. As the day begins for those of you in California, as the day is at various moments for those of you all over the world, just take a moment wherever you are and allow yourself to feel that you are here on these banks of Mother Ganga. If it's safe wherever you are, just close your eyes and allow yourself to anchor in to the sacredness within you and to being together in spirit, in energy, in love, here on the banks of Mother Ganga. Feel this wind as it blows from the top of the Himalayas, blowing over the waters of Mother Ganga. Breathe it in. Feel that breath fill you. Wherever you are in the world, allow yourself in spirit, in energy, to be right here on the banks of Mother Ganga as the sun is setting, as the wind after a beautiful summer rainstorm is blowing. Feel it blowing over you and through you. Breathe it in and allow that sacred prana, that sacred life force to flow into you, touching, awakening, illuminating all of the cells of your being. Breathe it in. This sacred energy, breathed by the sages, the saints, the rishis, the yogis, the mystics, the awakened ones. Breathe it in and feel it flow into every cell of your being. Feel it flowing in and through you as the wind is whipping around you. Wherever you are, just feel it. Because we are not separate. And wherever your physical body may be, join me here in spirit and in energy. And as you exhale, allow yourself to let go. To let go of all of that which is keeping you stuck. Allow yourself to exhale and let go. Let go of the false identifications, the roles that you play, the mask that you wear, the identities, the personalities. Allow yourself to just exhale and let them go. You can always pick them up again later if you want. But for now, as you join me on these holy banks of Mother Ganga, in this land of awakening, in this land of liberation, just let them go. Let go of the attachments. Let go of the expectations. Let go of all of these visions of how you think it should be in the world according to you. And allow yourself on those sacred inhalations to be filled with the presence of the perfection, the divinity of the universe, from which you are not separate. As you exhale, let go more and more so that you clear more space within the self. so that on the inhalations, more and more of that sacred energy can come into and through you. Allow yourself to really let go the grudges, the anger, the identification as the one who is angry, the identification as the one who was wronged, the identification as the one who is wrong. All of these false identities, just as you exhale, breathe them back out into the universe. And then allow yourself to be filled with that prana, that life force of truth, of love, of undividable oneness with the perfection of the universe. Take another moment, just feeling the breeze from the Himalayas, from the waters of Mother Ganga. Feel that breeze blowing around you and through you. And know that you are one with all. So hum. It means I am that. I am one with the Creator and one with the creation. One with the universe. One with that which is beyond the universe. I am one with all that is. So hum. Slowly and gently, bring the palms of your hands together at chest level and bow your head. Bow your head to the divine presence within you. To that presence of the Creator, the Sustainer, the Dissolver. That presence of the Supreme Reality within you. And bow your head to this exquisite earthly incarnation, this particular karmic journey and karmic drama that is unfolding as your life. Bow your head to that as well. And slowly rub the palms of your hands against each other, feeling that sacred energy. And place the palms of your hands over your closed eyes. Slowly open your eyes into the palms of your hands and lower your hands. What a beautiful opportunity to share this international day of union with you all. So much love to you from these holy banks of Mother Ganga, where we began the day with a beautiful fire ceremony, which you'll see shortly. We did it for all of you, with all of you, feeling you all here with us as we prayed for yoga in the world, for the awareness of our union, our oneness in the world. So much love to you all from these holy banks of Mother Ganga, this lap of the Himalayas in Rishikesh, India, where we invite you all, whenever the time is right, come as Pujya Swamiji, Pujya Swami Chidanand Saraswati Ji. As he always says, come home. Come home to Parmath Niketan. Come and be with us here on the banks of Mother Ganga. And until then, we feel you all with us in this sacred space.
Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanam Mrityur Yamamritata Swaha. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanam Mrityur Yamamritata Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata Swaha. Dehi Saubhagyam Arogyam Dehi Me Paramam Sukham Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yaso Dehi Deso Jai Swaha. Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jaya Bhutatiharani Jaya Sarvagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute Swaha. Namaste Stu Mahamaye Shri Pithe Surpujite Shankha Chakra Gada Haste Mahalakshmi Namostute Swaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Swaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrirupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Swaha. Iti Shakti Idam Namama.
We gather today as we gather every day for this sacred and divine ancient fire ceremony of the yagna. And we have these sacred yagnas today at this beautiful, beautiful time of International Yoga Day, as every day. praying for peace in the world. We realize that we can only bring peace to the world when we are in peace within ourselves. And so as we perform this sacred ceremony and as we're about to rise for the Purnahuti, the final offering, we offer all of that within us, which is keeping us from living in peace, keeping us from being vehicles, vessels, channels of peace in the world. We offer our egos, our anger, our grudges, our expectations, our false identifications, all of that keeps us separate. We offer it into the sacred fire with a prayer that our hearts may be filled with peace. And then, as we rise from this sacred ceremony, that we may carry that peace into the world with all of our sisters and brothers of every race, religion, color, culture, even every species, that we may carry that peace into the world, into the universe. So as we are about to rise for the final ceremony, allow yourself to offer into the fire anything keeping you from being a fully anchored, grounded, connected vehicle of peace in the world. And we gather together with the sacred mantras to pray that all of our world family may live in peace.
Gaccha gaccha sura shrestha sवस्थाने परमेश्वरा यत्र ब्रह्मादयो देवा तत्र गच्छ हुताशना यान्तु देवगणा सर्वे पूजामादाय मामके इष्टकाम समित्यर्थं पुनरागमनाय च बोलिए यज्ञ नारायण भगवान की जय। ओम तस्य श्री ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Namaskar. It's beautiful, beautiful to see you all, and a very, very happy International Yoga Day to all of you. wherever you are all over the world, but from here, from the banks of Mother Ganga in Rishikesh, India, from your home in the Himalayas. Remember, yoga is not what you do. Yoga is who you are. Yoga is how you live every minute of every day. A typical yoga session has only 30 minutes or 60 minutes or 90 minutes. But what about the rest of the day? How can we live yoga 24 hours a day? Because, my dear, is what our world today needs. Our world does not need more acrobats or athletes. What our world needs is people who live in divine connection with themselves and the planet. Because if they are in peace, they are in harmony, they are in love, they can create, exude and manifest love, harmony and peace on the planet. If they are in pieces, what they will create? Only pieces. So that's why we have to live yoga in our life. So how to live like that? How to live like a yogi 24 hours a day? I will give you a very simple multivitamin. If you take this multivitamin every day, you will find health in your body, your mind and your heart. And you will see that you are able to bring peace to the world. So this number one multivitamin is meditation. I always say meditation is the best medication for all agitations. Every day, let us begin our day with meditation. Connect yourself to the divine. You are not separate. You are not alone, my dear. God is with you all the time. But your mind is full of dust and cobwebs because you do not pay attention to keeping it clean and pure. Meditation is that which clears the dust and removes the cobwebs in our mind, so we can see the truth. Meditation connects us to ourselves and to all. So begin the day with meditation. Then the second part of the multivitamin is no reaction. All day long, practice this. Mostly we react. We react without thinking. We react in anger and jealousy and ego. So for your multivitamin, though you must practice no reaction, think of it like your email inbox. So much junk mail comes every day. But it does not upset us. We understand it is only junk and we don't even open it. We get filters for our junk and spam so that it doesn't even enter and pollute our inbox. This is what you need to do with your mind. Yoga is the spam filter for your mind. Through a practice of yoga, we learn to not react and to not let any junk coming to us from what other people are saying, are doing, or what we are seeing in the media or on social media. We don't let any of that enter our mind. So much junk comes to us every day and causes us to react. Yoga teaches us how to stay calm, connected, and peaceful. And then, after meditation in the morning and no reaction all day, the third part of this multivitamin is introspection. In the evening, at the end of the day, have a few minutes of quiet meditation and also introspection. How many times during the day did you lose yourself? How many times did you react in ego or anger rather than act in love and compassion? But do not feel guilty. This is simply awareness. Take all of that awareness and offer it to the divine. Usually we carry guilt from one day to the next, and that also disturbs and pollutes our mind and our heart. So introspection is a way of clearing your mind and your heart. Whatever happened in the day, notice it, be aware, see where you might be able to act with more love, more compassion and more skill tomorrow, and then let it go and give it to God, our divine insurance company. If you practice these every day, you will find deep peace and also the joy and stability of yogi. I also invite you all to come home to Rishikesh, to Parmath Niketan, where you can experience yoga in the land of the yogis. So let us all learn yoga, live yoga, be yoga, and bring yoga to ourselves, our communities, our countries, and our world. Thank you.
Om Jaya Gange Mata Maiya Jaya Gange Mata Jo nar tumko dhyata Jo nar Maiya ji ko dhyata manvanchit phal pata Om Jai Gange Mata. चंद्र सी ज्योति तुम्हारी जल निर्मल आता ओ मैया जल निर्मल आता शरण पड़े जो तेरी शरण पड़े जो तेरी सोनर तर जाता ओम जय गंगे माता एक ही बार जो तेरी शरणागति आता ओ मैया शरणागति आता यम के त्रास मिटा कर यम के